our spatial consciousness is in the state of sleep and actively dreaming about our current reality. We learn about this current reality during lengths of our current lives. And the driver of that subjective consciousness is our ego. However, we should not treat our ego as our enemy. Rather, it can be classified as sometimes helpful, but at times an overwhelming and not patient companion that we used to live with and listen to since the time we remember ourselves. Try to remember what is your first earlier childhood memory is. Do you have one? If you have, can you recall if you were suffering then as you're suffering today? Were you able to judge what was good or bad then? The answer probably will be no. We were not judging them. We probably did not know how. We probably were able to learn to judge later. And over time, ego conquered our personality. And probably never will leave us completely, because it is our kind of very close relatives that we so used to look up to in order to navigate through events of everything that we know so far. That it is our ego that makes us suffer from the judgment that it performs on our behalf. It ruling us, tell us what to do, what to feel. And we, by following it, put our spatial consciousness to sleep. And now it's time to be quietly awakened. Quiet awakening. That what is needed in order for us to start noticing most important things that we always knew but forgot what it is and how to use it. Ancient civilizations were well aware of the power of spatial consciousness and intuition. Human forms and forms of earth has hardened, been oppressed by time, social anxiety, dogma, fear, constant judgment. Our subjective consciousness is formatted by our ego. Our ego is influenced by society, and most of us do not remember what we came here with. That's something that we were given by universe, by God, on the day when we were born on earth in current form. The awakening is the process that will allow us to understand how temporarily all forms are. Would it be good or bad? Awakening will allow us to be happy with the present moment, whatever that moment can be, without judgment, without pain, without suffering. Awakening will allow us to see what a true freedom is, and how to live in harmony with our egos. Awakening will allow us to embrace the space of the universe. That space is our true home, where we all come from and where we're going back to after leaving our present form on earth. Awakening is the process that allows our consciousness to be released from poison of our current forms that currently are ruled by our egos. Awakening will allow us acquire an understanding of external space of the universe and our place in it. Awakening is a very simple experience and doesn't require special preparation or training to receive it. Actually, I'm sure many of us already experienced the glimpses of it sometime before. I know I had. I had it when I was able to enjoy looking in the blue sky with patches of heavenly clouds, or sky full of beautiful, bright stars. When I was happy breathing crystal clean air and was not thinking, just felt it, just listened to it, just observed. I was not in the past, I was not into the future, I was in the moment. I was awakened at that moment. After a little while, the feeling was gone, and I fall into reality of my current form. Awakening, it is the feeling of peace even in front of something that seems so bad to us. When we awaken, we will find ourselves and things around us to be surrounded by infinite internal space. But most importantly, that there will be the new space between our own thoughts too. That space is breathing sacred peace. That peace is space of God. the space of God is total light. That's where our spatial consciousness eventually will flow in. And it will be flowing there forever in total calmness, surrounded by internal light forever. In total peace with the universe and ourselves, not needing or remembering a thing.